The Teenage Brain! Hey guys, welcome to a new episode on the channel. Today we will talk about the teenage brain. Note to every Asian who is watching this episode, we're going to talk about the Western teenage brain. So Asian teenage brains might be a little different to Western teenage brains. That's a warning though. And I am an Asian myself, so I actually am a little confused by this. So let's just find out the differences between this, eventually. Now, as being an Asian, there is a lot that we can find out about it. The Western teenage brain is really kind of foolish. A lot of people say, in the olden days, a lot of adults say that the teenagers at the Western teenagers used to say that whatever they done were foolish. But then, nowadays, the news has arrived that the teenagers' foolishness is actually a good thing. That this is how they prepare for life. Now that this new foolishness of success has been proved by science to be really, really useful, I'm not going to offend you Westerns. And it's just a cool thing. We used to think that the brain stops developing at age 12, and that's when our foolish days come in. But it turns out the foolishness, our so-called foolishness, was actually a good thing. We just never knew that we were still developing. Nowadays, we find out that the brain is actually still developing at 25 years old. Let's say that you are from the 1980s. And let's say that in your days, Pluto was a planet. And then when you're 25 and you say, hey, I stopped developing. And then you find a new fact that developed your brain, that updated your brain into saying that Pluto was never a planet anymore, which is actually true. And you'll be like, whoa, I just developed. And I'm just over 25. Wow. That is true, by the way. The human brain probably never stops developing. We always find out new crazy technology to get around with. And even if you're a normal person, you're still developing. Because you're having a really cool system here. Even getting new information about public or science or some discoveries are the coolest things in the world. If you ever got new discoveries, then you Wowza. Your brain has still developed. And it's probably developing now. I'm 10. Well, I am 10. And my birthday had just happened recently. And now that I'm still developing and that I still have my foolishness days with me, I'm just going to say here that Asian and Westerns really are different. People have been cool about this, and some people actually go so far away that they even just always rely entirely on Westerns. But however, Asian bodies and Western bodies are different. Remember that. There are a lot of differences inside these teenage brains. Teenage brains vary from person to person, and these skills actually vary from parent to parent. Let's say that your parent actually always helps you. Even after you become a teenager, she still helps you. This is actually most common to Asians, by the way. Then you would still be independent yourself, but you still have some kind of helps with some parts of your work. That's exactly what's happening to you. This is cool and all, and once you get into the real world of the teenage brain, and once you become a teenager yourself, or if you've already been a teenager, then you will start becoming an adolescent, and you'll start going for the foolishness days of smartness. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode. I have a question before I go, though, that if you become an adolescent, what do you think you would actually do? Answer that question. And I'll see you in the next episode. Tune out. Peace.